Hey everyone, hello. So today, we're stepping beyond the surface of Christmas, beyond commercial imagery, cultural habit, and literalism. And we are going to enter the Hermetic and esoteric dimensions of the season. Hermeticism teaches us that sacred stories are not merely historical accounts, but living symbols that describe inner processes of consciousness. Christmas, from this perspective, is not only about a birth that happened once in history, it is about a birth that can happen again and again within the human soul. At its deepest level, Christmas encodes a cosmic and psychological mystery. How light is reborn out of darkness. How consciousness awakens after descent. And how the divine spark within humanity is realized. To understand this, we begin not with Bethlehem, but with the winter solstice. Christmas occurs just days after the winter solstice, the longest night of the year in the northern hemisphere. For ancient civilizations, this moment was terrifying and sacred. The sun appeared to weaken, daylight shrank, crops failed, and the world seemed to approach death. Yet, at the solstice, something miraculous occurred. The darkness stops increasing. The light begins its slow return. Hermetically, this moment represents a turning point in consciousness. Darkness symbolizes ignorance, unconsciousness, and material entanglement. Light symbolizes gnosis, awareness, and divine intelligence. Thus, the solstice becomes a cosmic initiation, the promise that even at the lowest point, ascent has already begun. This is why ancient civilizations like Saturnalia, Yule, and Sol Invictus celebrated the rebirth of the sun long before Christianity. When Christianity emerged, it did not erase the meaning, it encoded them into a new symbolic language. The birth of Christ became the birth of light in the darkness of the soul. In Hermetic and Gnostic traditions, Christ is not merely a person, it is a state of awakened consciousness. The Gospel of John states, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." This is not just theology. It is initiation, doctrine. Hermetically, the darkness is the unawakened psyche, and the light is the divine spark hidden within matter. The birth of Christ is the realization of the spark within the human being. This is why Jesus is born not in a palace, but in a manger, a place for animals. Symbolically, this tells us higher consciousness is born within our most instinctual, unconscious, and humble layers. Enlightenment does not descend from above, it emerges from within. In Hermetic initiation, humility is essential. Pride calcifies consciousness. Humility dissolves it. The manger represents simplicity, vulnerability, and ego death. This aligns with alchemical doctrine. You must descend before you can ascend. The initiate must enter darkness willingly, surrender false identities, and allow the true self to be born quietly. not announced by power, but by inner stillness. This is why angels appear not to kings, but to shepherds, symbols of attentiveness, watchfulness, and care over inner life. The three magi, or the wise men, are often mistaken as literal kings. Esoterically, they are initiated astrologer, priests, readers, and readers of cosmic law. They follow a star not blindly, but through knowledge of celestial cycles. This reflects the Hermetic axiom, as above, so below. Their gifts encode an alchemical triad. Gold is for the mind, spirit. Gold represents illuminated consciousness, the perfected mental and spiritual vehicle. In alchemy, gold is incorruptible, symbolizing awakened awareness. And then we have frankincense, the soul, emotions. Used in ritual, frankincense symbolizes purified feeling, devotion, and subtle perception. It rises as smoke, representing prayer and aspiration. And then we have myrrh, the body, death of the lower self. Myrrh was used for embalming. This gift foreshadows death, not of the body, but of the egoic identity. Initiation requires a symbolic burial before rebirth. Together, the Magi represent the integration of body, soul, and spirit, the complete human alchemical work. Hermetically, birth and death are not opposites. They are the same process in different esoteric stages. Art, especially works like Botticelli's mystical nativity. The manger is both a womb, a place of incarnation, a tomb, a place of transformation. This reflects the alchemical principle solve et coagula, dissolve and combine. The Christ child contains within him the crucifixion, the resurrection, and the ascension. Likewise, when inner light is born within us, it carries the demand that the old self must die. Mary, in Hermetic symbolism, represents the Great Mother archetype, the cosmic womb of materia prima. She is not virgin in the biological sense, but in an esoteric sense, unconditioned, unmarked, and self-generating. This mirrors ancient goddesses, Isis birthing Horus, Neith birthing Ra, Sophia birthing divine intelligence. The mother matrix is pure potential, the silent field from which light arises. Thus, the sun, S-O-N, and S-U-N, is born from stillness, not force. Saturnalia honored Saturn, god of time, cycles, death, and rebirth. During Saturnalia, social roles were reversed. Masters served servants, and chaos reigned briefly. This ritualized disorder symbolized the breaking down of rigid structures, allowing renewal. And then Yule celebrated the world tree, evergreen amidst death, a symbol of eternal life within decay. Even Santa Claus traces back to Odin, the wandering sky god, Saturn, the keeper of time and harvest. These figures represented the initiator who tests, judges, and rewards, echoing karmic law. Hermetic wisdom teaches us to see reality without contradiction. Gnostically, Christmas as inner awakening. Magically, a season when initiation and ritual carry heightened potency. Scientifically, aligned with solar cycles and psychological renewal. And then mystically, a doorway to direct experience of divine presence. None negate the other, all deepen understanding. Ultimately, Hermetic Christmas asks not, do you believe the story, but are you living it? The true nativity is not in Bethlehem, it is within consciousness. When inner darkness is met with awareness, when humility replaces ego, when body, soul, and spirit align, the light is born again, not once a year, but whenever the soul is ready. So yeah, that's it for today's breakdown. As always, I hope you found this video entertaining, enlightening, or in some way beneficial. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with a friend or two. All right, everyone, take care. Peace.